Andy Rooney quotes: "Everyone wants to live on top of the mountain, but all the happiness and growth occurs while you're climbing it. The average dog is a nicer person than the average person. If you smile when you are alone, then you really mean it." One of the most glorious messes in the world is the mess created in the living room on Christmas Day. Don't clean it up too quickly. 1919, American writer, producer, humorist. It's paradoxical that the idea of living a long life appeals to everyone, but the idea of getting old doesn't appeal to anyone. I've learned that opportunities are never lost, someone will take the ones you miss. I've learned that no matter how serious your life requires you to be, everyone needs a friend to act goofy with. I've learned that when you harbor bitterness, happiness will dock elsewhere. The best classroom in the world is at the feet of an elderly person. We all ought to understand we're on our own. Believing in Santa Claus doesn't do kids any harm for a few years, but it isn't smart for them to continue waiting all their lives for him to come down the chimney with something wonderful. Santa Claus and God are cousins. Always keep your words soft and sweet, just in case you have to eat them. I'd be more willing to accept religion, even if I didn't believe it, if I thought it made people nicer to each other, but I don't think it does. Christians talk as though goodness was their idea, but good behavior doesn't have any religious origin. Our prisons are filled with the devout. I'm always on the lookout for something good about people. Often months go by. Writers don't often say anything that readers don't already know, unless it's a news story. A writer's greatest pleasure is revealing to people things they knew but did not know they knew. Or did not realize everyone else knew, too. This produces a warm sense of fellow feeling and is the best a writer can do. Computers make it easier to do a lot of things, but most of the things they make it easier to do don't need to be done. I don't differentiate much, except in degree, between people who believe in religion from those who believe in astrology, magic or the supernatural. Nothing in fine print is ever good news. People will generally accept facts as truth only if the facts agree with what they already believe. The Christmas tree is a symbol of love, not money. There's a kind of glory to them when they're all lit up that exceeds anything all the money in the world could buy. If you smile when no one else is around, you really mean it. Do I have opinions that might piss people off? Yes, that's what I'm here for. If dogs could talk, it would take a lot of the fun out of owning one. It's just amazing how long this country has been going to hell without ever having got there. I am not retiring. Writers don't retire. Writers never stop writing. I just wish this social institution religion wasn't based on what appears to me to be a monumental hoax built on an accumulation of customs and myths directed toward proving something that isn't true. My mother always called me sturdy and said I have big bones. A little fat is what I am. The trouble with dictionaries is, they tell you more about words than you want to know without answering the question you have. My advice is not to wait to be struck by an idea. If you're a writer, you sit down and damn well decide tone idea. Death is a distant rumor to the young. The best Christmas trees come very close to exceeding nature. If some of our great decorated trees had been grown in a remote forest area with lights that came on every evening as it grew dark, the whole world would come to look at them and marvel at the mystery of their great beauty. One of the most glorious messes in the world is the mess created in the living room on Christmas Day. Don't clean it up too quickly. I'm an admirer of everything Dr. Martin Luther King stood for, but I don't think he would have stood for this. Making duplicate copies and computer printouts of things no one wanted even one of in the first place is giving America a new sense of purpose. I laugh, bitterly, when I hear the phrase "he gave his life for his country." No one gives his life. His life is taken. There. Put some left over.